Hi folks, welcome to my small channel. This video is about what to do when you retire. I retired last 2 years and I wanted something to do. Now I've got another hobby, which is sports, and I go to the gym twice a week, but I wanted something else to do in my other spare time, so I decided to take up gardening. And these are some of the plants that I'm growing at the front of the house. There were geraniums in the pot and a tiny conifer. There's a jasmine there, which you should start flowering in a couple of weeks' time. It's already started to flower now. And I got some olive trees which I pruned last year, and they're looking very healthy indeed. Some people, they don't prune it, and then most of the leaves are lost. But if you prune it once a year, it comes out even more healthier, and you keep it under control about this size. Otherwise it gets out of hand. Same as with this one. Looking nice and healthy. Now it's got some olives on there, see it? Little olives which have flowered. Again, if you prune it every year, it comes up healthier. And what I've done is I've got a wisteria, and I planted it down here, and I got a trellis to come up on top of the gate all the way down, so that when it flowers next year, it look really nice. And that's the side of my garden, which I should go in there in a minute and do the rest of the garden. Right, let's go up this side of the garden and see what's happening to the plants. Like I said, when you retire, you need something to do. Some sort of hobby that will give you a pleasure. Because otherwise, you just get up, go sleep, get up, go sleep. And for exercise, I've go to the gym twice a week, which I've got another channel that I'm doing. Right, here we are. We're at the back of the garden, or side of the garden. And I've got jasmine growing here, which that's been there nearly 25 years, and starting to flower as well. I pruned this about 3 weeks ago. You have to be careful with these jasmines. They can get out of control, so you need to prune them every year. As you can see where the gutter is, they can climb in there. This is my palm tree, which has been there 25 years as well. It's got new leaf coming through there. Again, I prune it once every 2 to 3 years, take out the dead leaves. I don't know what, I forgot what this plant is, but that is, well, it's the wrong place to put it. That climbs up as well and it tries to get through the gutters. Again, another palm tree. This one's got more leaves growing in it. And down here, I've got some 3 different varieties of mints. Mints, you can put them in a salad. You can use them versatile. They are versatile plants. Now, I like to use them for mint tea, especially when you get cold, sore throat or a flu. I like to boil it, take the leaves out, put half a spoonful of sugar in there and drink it. It's really good for the cold and flus. And this one is my honeysuckle. Again, gets out of control. As you can see, it's trying to get into the gutters. I should come out and cut that bit there. It's flowering now. It hasn't got much of a scent. Very well. They say honeysuckle's got a great scent, but I can't smell it. But I like it. They've been here when we moved in about 32 years ago, and they're still growing. if you look after the plants, they keep coming up every year. Of course, some plants only last for a year, then you have to replace them. This is my favorite rose. It's got a beautiful scent. I can even smell it from here. It's got a new bud coming up. It's got a couple of buds coming up here. When they get like this, I just cut them off, and that encourages new buds to grow. Yeah, here's another one. So I should come out here and take these off, and that would encourage new flowers to come through. What else we got? Right, corn. I love corn on the barbecue, so I decided to plant a few corns to see what they like, or what they taste like on a barbecue. Got one here. It's got the whiskers coming out. Got another one coming up there. Got another one down there. Got quite a few. They do grow tall, and sometimes they get black flies on them, so what I'll do is get a soapy water and spray it, and the black flies just drop off. Here's my dwarf clement nectarine. Now this had a disease, so I sprayed it with a fungus and neem oil, but it didn't work. So I sprayed it with other chemicals. It still didn't work. So I went and ordered a copper spray from Amazon, and it's done the trick. It looks beautiful. If you have a look at my previous videos, you would see how sick this plant was, or the tree was. It's looking beautiful now, healthy. Got a couple of more down here. Got one there. This is my miniature cucumber. There's one growing there, or a couple growing there. Some will grow in there. Let's have a look at this cucumber. Yep, got a couple growing there as well. A little bit late, but it will grow. There is one down there. It's curling up. Some of these plants can be very expensive at the nursery. That's why I look after them, and they'll last me longer, rather than keep buying plants every year. Of course, some plants, they don't last long. You have to replace it every year, but some, if you look after them, they'll last you for years. Like this fern here. Winter time, it just disappears, and in the spring and summer, it comes up again. Now you go and buy that fern from a nursery, you're talking £30–40. These tomatoes, I was growing a giant tomatoes here last year, which if you look at my previous video as well, a couple of them must have fallen down. I didn't see it, and this is what come out of it. So I'm going to leave them there, see what happens. This is my melon tree, melon plant. As you can see, that's the female. She's got a little bulb at the bottom. You need to pollinate it before this flower shuts. So that's the, let's have a look, where is the male flower. Here is a male flower. Now the male flower, he hasn't got that big bulb at the bottom. So what you do, you open this, you open that up, put the Q-tip in there, and come and rub it inside this plant here, or let the bees do their work. Runner beans, still growing. There's one up here as well. Morello cherry tree. The birds and the squirrel destroyed it, literally. About a week ago I saw the squirrels sitting here and eating most of it. But now I learned next year I should cover it. There is another tomato here. Another runner beans. There's some runner beans here. Should be some more coming up soon. Here's another tomato here. This is a giant leaf tomato, and this is my apricot tree, which I had about 100 apricots on here. Came down one morning and a squirrel was sitting there and the bird was pecking on most of them. So I thought, well, what do I do? So I went to internet and checked, see what the other people do. They said put a net over it. Well, I didn't want to put a net over it because it would look unsightly, and some suggested put them in these little bags, but I find that they're very fiddly. It takes time consuming. And some said put the buy these strips from Amazon, silver shiny strips, but I thought, well, is it going to be a good idea or bad idea? I thought I'll test it with a bake of oil. So I've got the bake of oil from the kitchen, and I rubbed it round just to be on the safe side. And let's have a look. Here is one that fell down. It's in the bag. Oh, there's another one. Right, let's see if we can. Let's put the camera to one side for a minute. There is one apricot. Let's have a taste. Nice flavour. Juicy, very nice. No wonder the squirrel and the birds liked it. I should come out there, take these bags off, and get all the apricots and put them in the kitchen. If they're not ripened, they will ripen in the kitchen rather than let the birds and the squirrel have them. And this is my other apricot. It's gone out of control. It was full of apricots. Again, they took the whole lot. They pecked them, damaged them. So next year I will have to get a net and cover it. Plus I need to come out and prune it. If you check my other video, they were half the size of that. This is my Avalon peach. Again, I done the same thing. I put a net over the fruit. They were doing the same damage to these ones. Putting them in a bag is a waste of time. It's so fiddly and time consuming. and you can't even see the fruit if they're ripe or not. There's a couple down here which I saved. And this is my Saturn page, flat page, which he had the disease on, and I thought, oh, it's dead. So I thought I took the risk and pruned it, and I left these 2 branches here, see what happens. And same thing happened with the nectarine. It started coming alive, and that was with a copper spray. Let's see what the cucumbers are doing. Right, we've got 2 cucumbers there, a lot of flowers. Yeah, a few more, couple of cucumbers down here. Let's see what happens. Here is another melon. Here is what I was telling you about. The male. He hasn't got that bulb at the bottom like the female does here. See, the female. And it's always, the female or the melon always grows from its stem from the side of the leaf, like this. It's another male there. There is a melon. Another one there. Another melon down here. Is there any more? Let's have a look. There is another one. Another one there, another one there, another one there. Hopefully I should get some melon this year. I built this cane trellis up here to train the melons to go right across, and the other part of the melon which grows sideways, I've left them go to the floor and grow naturally. See what happens. Here's my tomato, which is, what's this one called? Money maker. Here's my black tomato. Here's another female. Just saw the bee going there to pollinate it. Melon. There's a couple of more melons. Another one there. Melon there. Another melon here. Beef tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, or are they? Yes. No, let's have a look. No, they're not cherry tomato, they're something else. I love coriander. I always grow coriander every year, and I always make sure 3 weeks before 3 weeks after they're grown, I plant new seeds, so I got continuous coriander. Here's my aubergines. What are these called? Black Beauty. That's a pepper or chili. Artichoke comes up every year. And that's my mini dwarf pepper. And I planted a couple of lavenders there to attract the bees to pollinate some of these trees. All right, let's have a look at the orange, blood orange. Here's one. Here's another one here. Another one there, couple in there, there, few on this branch. There's quite a few on here. Let's have a look at the tangerine or Mediterranean flat leaf clementine, as they call it. They're very tiny. Here is one. Can hardly see them. There is one in there as well. Very tiny. If that's the case, then that means I'm not going to get any tangerine or clementine this year because they're so tiny. There's more there. There. Just here. This black grape was here about 24 years, and what I've done is I pruned it because it was getting out of control, and I only want to keep about 5-6 vines or branches. So I've got some grapes here coming up. That's the black grape, and this is the white grape. Again, I prune this, and I'm only going to keep about 3-4 branches, otherwise it gets out of control. And because I pruned it a couple of months ago, I'm not getting as much grape as I did last year, which was about 500-600 a bunch of grapes from the starlings. Loved it. Is my favorite, or one of my favorite flowers, dahlias. I like it so much. Well, I like it so much, I brought another one, which is just down here. It's got new bulbs coming up. Another one here. And another one here. Got some parsley growing down there, a rose in there, and this is my loquat, still alive after 28 years, but nothing grows on it because of the weather condition. Let's have a look at the fig. That's coming out healthy. I'm gonna keep it in a pot because if you put this into the ground, it'll go really tall. I've seen fig trees about 30 foot high. That's it. Then I should do a video about my flowers, what the kind of flowers that I grow in the garden. Oh yeah, by the way, this was looking sickly yesterday, so last night I gave it a acid feed, and look how beautiful that is. Acid fertilizer. This is what I'm surprised with. I got them November last year, winter pansies, and look how strong they're still going. This is my red hydrangea. Again, I'll give it a bit of acid feed because they love acidy conditioned soil, and look how healthy that is. My pink rose is coming up. It's got new bud on it. Isn't this beautiful? Let's see if it's got a scent. No, it hasn't got a scent. Right, I'll go and do a video of the other flowers that I'm growing.